Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Blazers versus Heat NBA matchup on Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pick Dawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, people who have big bankrolls, looking to one-on-one style service. We have all those things, but you got to text the number that you see on the screen because you can't get them on the website. The only way to get those is to text. So if you make big bets like I do, text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got the Blazers taking on the Heat. The Blazers just 15-41 on the season. Of course, the Heat in this one on the back-to-back after playing in Sacktown against the Kings on Monday and, in that limited NBA card. But the Heat, certainly have been playing some solid basketball overall of late. Of course, they got into the fight, so they had some guys that are out and all that kind of good stuff. But at the same time, these guys have been playing like this for years at this point, just seem to always be circling the wagons. And we look at some of these Miami Heat teams in recent years, and of course they've been to the finals in 2 of the last 4 years. This seems to be the best and deepest team that they've had of the bunch of all of those. And I think, last year, when by the time they got to the finals and Harrow was out for a good portion of that, and he was even out, in the series against the Celtics, it was a big loss for them. And I know Kyle Lowry's gone from this team, from that team last year. But man, the additions of guys like Hawkes and then Bam coming into his own, he didn't make the All-Star team, but he was a sub, right? He made it in as a fill-in, for an injured player. But that's, it's still a big step forward for a guy like that. And in the NBA, one of the hardest All-Star teams to crack. I mean, of all the leagues out there, in the NFL Pro Bowl, I see guys in there that we don't even hear their name called all season long. But in the NBA, it's basically the who's who of the future Hall of Famers. When we look at these two teams' recent meetings, they haven't met in a while, and I think this is it's been over a year. So they met last season, but it was way back at the beginning of the season. The Heat coming in have certainly came out of the break pretty hot as expected. They went into the break extremely hot. And for the Blazers, that loss against Charlotte really showed a lot about what this team is and where they are. They have been just on a horrific losing streak going all the way back. It's 8 games at this point. They did draw a super tough schedule, taking on the Nuggets twice in Denver. Then they hosted the Timberwolves twice, then played the Nuggets again. But then they played the Charlotte Hornets, and they lost by 13 as a 3.5-point favorite. Tough to figure that one out. I think the Heat are just the better team in this one. And while the Blazers' numbers on defense look to be pretty good, the Heat's numbers are actually better. And I just think that the Blazers' offense is just such a liability. I think probably closer than we think, but I'm still going to take the Heat, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.